it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they loved me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
A lot of answers. We have some answers, but there's a lot of answers that we still need. And as we know, things seem uncertain.
Bad boy, bad boy.
Well, okay. I'm a fan, actually. I'm not one of them, I swear to God.
No, just asking what kind of juice you like.
I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
On April 14th, Justin Bieber surprised the Coachella crowd when he joined another artist on stage for a song, and although pleasantly delighting his fans, his recent music show appearance also sparked concern amongst a lot of people because they were kind of worried about him spiraling again. This singer has had a roller coaster's worth of a journey with severe ups and downs, at least according to sources that have told the media. Well, when you think about it, he's grappled with Lyme disease, depression, anger management, and he's previously acknowledged his frequent intake of substances, as well as his reliance on some pretty heavy things during his rock bottom moments. Now, insiders have also proclaimed that Coachella was indeed a huge accomplishment for Justin, but he's still very fragile. Now, the ongoing lawsuits that are fixated on blowing the lid off of Puff Daddy have also tapped Justin's name now and then, so with a lot of videos featuring Puffy blasting into the present from the past and going viral upon resurfacing, a concerning vision of Justin's early days in Hollywood have also come into focus. Multiple re-emerging clips have focused on unhealthy and creepy looks at Justin's connection with Puffy in his early days as a star who rose to fame. His fans have raised fears of Justin possibly having witnessed the worst and darkest sides of Hollywood, especially with more and more cases of ickiness coming into light. A lot of folks worry about how Justin's spiraling mental health at present could maybe be attributed to the unspoken heinous misconduct that might have happened behind the curtains. So folks, to put it simply, if we're putting two and two together, Justin's fans have been on the edge online and have frequently voiced their anxious thoughts. And adding to the hot mess, Bieber took to his Instagram account on April 27th to share a bunch of photos, and two of which were very worrying because a lot of folks noticed in those photos his eyes were filling up with tears. Now, sharing multiple posts on Instagram, he also showered his loved ones from the industry with a lot of adoration, and he shared an endless streak of photos of the members of his found family, including his wife, his longtime buddies, and many others. But we gotta go back to the tears, because even though those other posts were bubbling with energy and happiness, with a lot of clicks capturing him in his element on stage or leisurely golfing and making the most of Serenity by the beach, fans like myself just couldn't ignore those two photos where you can see his eyes welling up, linking it all with the unsaid truth and the potential horror of being exposed to showbiz at a young age. Worried fans correlated his gloomy mood in the photos to him crying out for help. Comments like, "I feel for him, he's crying out for help," and Lord only knows what his parents allowed to happen to him just for fame, have become common staples on social media. Now, somebody did say, but he'll heal. I pray he does. Only God truly knows the monstrosity he had to face as the first ever young YouTube star. And a lot of folks were praying for his well-being, saying they really hope he's okay. He's had quite the life. A lot of fans have resorted to finding hidden meanings in his previous music releases, saying it's so sad he went through those things. If you listen to Lonely, you'll get what he meant. Now, despite being out of the loop about the reality in the case, a general response is just seeing the smile gradually fading from Justin's face over the years. A lot of folks are like, really, what's happening to Justin? He was so lively and happy in his earlier days. I hope he's okay. So to reference what I said earlier, I think the most disturbing thing is a lot of the resurfaced videos of Puff Daddy with Justin Bieber, and he's telling the camera that he's been given custody of Justin for 48 hours. Now, the clip that we can't show begins with Puff Daddy showing Bieber his sports car and was like, you can drive that once you can drive. And he's like, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Well, right now, Justin's having 48 hours with me. Now, we're having the time of our lives, we're hanging out, we're doing things we can't really disclose. And he's like, yeah, I've been given custody of him, which is an interesting phrase. He's like, he's signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album, which, once again, not something that gives you the warm and fuzzies. So then Puff Daddy asks Bieber what he wants to do, and Bieber's like, let's go get some girls. And the rapper's like, oh, man after my heart. Now another clip taken in 2010 when Justin was older shows the singer stuttering and looking uncomfortable as Puffy's like, hey, why don't we hang out anymore? Well, in a 2023 YouTube video titled Justin Bieber's Mom Speaks Out, Bieber's mother claimed that the rapper offered Bieber all sorts of substances at his parties, and she was forced to intervene to protect her son. Well, if we're going back to 2021, there's some strange footage of the duo on, hanging out, and Puffy is patting his fingers on Bieber's chest, the other hand rests on his upper arm, and then he bops the other side of Justin's chest before going into a hug and whispering something, and all of it, just looking at it, makes me want to take a shower because it's just so gross. There's a video of Justin being touched and by various celebrities when he was around like 18, and it's left a lot of folks shocked and uncomfortable. So while you might be in denial about how many years it's been since Bieber first entered the spotlight, it's a cold hard fact that Justin was kinda younger when he released the hit song Baby. His position as a global pop star meant that he was often caught on camera, and there's one video compiling some of the encounters he had with other A-listers that has really sparked debate over the way Justin was treated as he rose to fame. So the video, which was shared on TikTok, this whole compilation, it features a series of clips of people interacting with Justin while he appears to react uncomfortably. And as the shocking compilation continued, a lot of folks described all of this as gross and disturbing. One viewer said they felt bad for overlooking his discomfort, another was like Bieber should never have had to go through all of that. Back in 2019, Justin Bieber opened up on Instagram about his battle with depression, the diagnosis of which was publicly confirmed in February of that year, and he wrote in the caption, just wanted to keep you guys updated, been struggling a lot, just feeling super disconnected and weird. Now this was an important step in his recovery, and although the star, who once again quickly rose to fame when he was kind of on the younger side of life, isn't worried about himself, saying I always bounce back, so I'm not just worried, just wanted to reach out and ask for you guys to pray for me, he did add that like, hey, now you gotta add that like, folks, we as onlookers should not dismiss his bravery, we should be taking this admission very seriously. One prominent psychologist put it best, saying, I think young stars can be too easily influenced by the machine of stardom and fame and not realize that all that is being offered isn't actually in their interest. This can lead to feeling lost and overwhelmed and losing connection with self and others, which makes them particularly vulnerable to mental health problems. So for Bieber, even though his opening up was, very brave and courageous, it is a real indication that it is also a real indication that, he is committed to his path of well-being. He's stepping up to be a role model for others, and he is sharing his lived experience of mental health difficulties and highlighting that there is no shame in being vulnerable. He's demonstrating that even if you lose yourself or lose your way, you can always find your way back to an authentic life. To us, average people, it might seem as though Bieber isn't from our universe. His issues couldn't have any impact on our daily lives, but they do, even if it is symbolically.
Diddy was one of Justin Bieber's mentors in the music industry when he was young and just starting out. But now fans are doing a dive into his music and are linking it to Diddy. For example, online fans are convinced that Justin's music video for his song Yummy is a reference to Diddy's crazy parties where a lot of crimes took place. Now the music video was posted in 2020, and many people have called out how weird it was, but now they're connecting the dots to Diddy, and it's all making sense to them. One user on TikTok speculated on the meaning of the video, linking it to Diddy's infamous white parties. User AlexisMay.xo explained that the video starts with Justin arriving at a party full of the rich and full elites, while a band of young people serve as the entertainment, playing a symphony of instruments on stage. Justin sits at a table that's covered in food, and he's brought a silver platter with a sandwich on it. Now the user thinks that this was arranged in a specific way. Look at the placement of the bread is set up like a shield almost, the TikTok user said. If you take a closer look at the sandwich, there's actually a cherry there, so the bread is set up to protect the cherry. She continued, saying Justin's innocence is represented by the cherry, and it's how he was before he had Diddy as a mentor. Later, the sandwich resembles a face with a tongue sticking out, and the cherry appears to be rotten, the TikToker said. As the party continues and the lights go down, dancers dressed in skimpy white clothing emerge from under the tables, eerily resembling Diddy's notorious white parties, the creator claimed. This is a white party, this is a P. Diddy white party, she says. Now as the party ends, a lone Justin Bieber is left at the table looking distraught, before a cleared plate is shown featuring a photo of him as a child child, symbolizing his innocence, the TikToker says. She then posted a second clip analyzing even more details and pointed out by viewers, ranging from claims about the true identity of a violin player shown in the music video to the meaning behind the other foods that appear. Now, viewers also brought up the fact that Justin had an emotional breakdown while filming the music video. Justin addressed the yummy shoot in an episode of his docu-series Justin Bieber Seasons. It was just a lot of people, a lot of dynamic, a lot of stuff, Justin said. I was in my head a lot and it's hard for me to really enjoy it like that, but I know that some days are just gonna be like that. In any workspace, there's gonna be those off days where you just kind of feel like, I got a good crew, I should be good, but today I just feel off. I think that day I was just a little off. Again though, viewers are convinced that this video has a secret meaning in relation to Diddy. I mean, Diddy was one of Justin's mentors and he spent a lot of time with him from a young age. Now, Justin was known to attend some of Diddy's parties, but I guess the question is, did he choose to go or was he forced to? Now, a lot of creepy videos of Justin and Diddy have been coming to light recently, but there's one that particularly stands out. A young Justin was spending 48 hours with Diddy. Here's having 48 hours with Diddy where we hang out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, Diddy says in the video. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album, and he added, I don't have legal guardianship of him, aka Justin, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy. Now this is just extremely weird in general, but hey, maybe Justin used his music video to depict what he went through in these 48 hours. Now I just want to know though what his mother was thinking leaving him alone with Diddy for that long. Then there was also the time that Diddy literally scolded Justin on national TV. In 2011, Diddy and Justin made an appearance on the Jimmy Kimmel Show where Diddy was constantly praising Justin, but when Jimmy asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts, things got awkward to say the least. Justin said, he got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though, and Diddy then said the Lamborghini for a day or two, he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, it was just really weird, and I'm sure Justin felt like he got in trouble because that's how it came across. Now, Justin has not directly spoken out against Diddy, but an insider speaking exclusively to dailymail.com said that Justin has been completely thrown by the allegations and is trying to make sense of them as he and Diddy were so close. I mean, Justin collaborated with Diddy less than a year ago. They are very well still in contact. Now, the insider added that Justin also deeply regrets having collaborated with him so recently, and that he would never done that had he known the allegations that have since come to light. Disgraced rapper Diddy has been arrested for running a crime ring for over a decade. A lot of news has come out about this, and many different celebrities have been brought up in connection to Diddy, and one of those people just so happens to be Justin Bieber. It seems like Diddy might be jealous of all of Justin's success. Now, Justin first met Diddy through Usher, who had just signed him to his and Scooter Braun's label in 2008. Diddy was Usher's mentor, and the two of them became that to Justin. They helped Justin navigate through the music industry, but looking back at the way that Justin was treated, it is concerning. While some people think that other celebrities helped cover up Diddy's crimes, many think that Justin was actually one of Diddy's victims, and that he's just suffered in silence. One thing that jumps out is a video that Justin posted to his own YouTube channel in 2009. The title is Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy. The description of the video says, I told you guys I produced a song for Diddy and I wanted to show it to him and you got his attention. Best fans in the world. Well, this past weekend I spent 48 hours with Diddy and had some fun. Here is some of the action. Thanks for the car puff, haha. So yes, a young Justin spent 48 hours alone with Diddy, which is just scary. I mean, I can't believe that his parents would let him do this. Now, in the video, Diddy says he's having 48 hours with Diddy, Where we're hanging out and where we're going, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me, and we're gonna go full crazy. Now, it's just very strange looking back, and I can't believe no one was fazed by this at the time. It's honestly just weird. Now, nothing ever has really been disclosed about what the pair did that day, besides Diddy giving Justin a car and then hanging out in his mansion. What happened in there, only Diddy and Justin know, but some people suspect that Justin was mistreated and was turned into a victim there. Then in 2011, Diddy and Justin did a joint interview on Jimmy Kimmel. They spoke about their time together and things seemed to be going well, until Diddy pretty much scolded Justin on live TV in front of millions. Jimmy asked Justin if Diddy had given him any gifts, and Justin said, "He got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though." Diddy then said, "The Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody." Now, that sentence is just sus. Also, don't you think they would have spoken about what they can and can't talk about before the show? With everything we know now about Diddy, it just gives me the chills. Now, Diddy could have pulled Justin aside afterwards and told him this, but the fact that he did it on TV and no one said anything is crazy. It seemed like he did it as a power play to remind Justin that he is in charge and that Justin must listen to him. Then, recently in 2021, Diddy and Justin reunited. It was caught on camera, but it was just extremely weird. It has people questioning if Diddy thought Justin was working with the police. In the video, it shows Diddy getting out of a car and approaching Justin, giving him a hug before patting him down on his chest and torso a few times. Now, the video had been posted in 2021 by Justin himself on his Instagram. Daily Mail recently reshared the video with the title, "Disturbing Video of Diddy with Justin Bieber." The accompanying caption read, "A resurfaced video of Diddy and Justin Bieber hugging has sparked speculation that Diddy was checking to see if the pop star was wearing a wire." Now, it certainly looks like Diddy is checking him to see if he's wired, and that's weird, isn't it? I mean, if he was checking for one, that makes me think that Diddy has done something bad and he's scared of the police hearing him say something. Now, he honestly just seems so paranoid, and that's not how an innocent person acts. Now, the fact that Diddy thought Justin was wearing a wire makes me believe that he knew that he was doing something bad and that the police were onto him. I mean, why wasn't this a bigger red flag at the time? Fans have also been speculating that Justin was trying to tell us what happened at Diddy parties through the music video for his song Yummy. One user on TikTok speculated the meaning of the video, linking it to Diddy's infamous white parties. User at alexismay.xo explained that the video starts with Justin arriving at a party full of the rich and full of elites, while a band of young people serve as the entertainment, playing a symphony of instruments on stage. Now, as the party ends, a lone Justin Bieber is left at the table looking distraught before a clear plate is shown featuring a photo of him as a child, symbolizing his innocence, the TikToker says. Now, viewers also brought up the fact that Justin had an emotional breakdown while filming the music video. Justin addressed the Yummy shoot in an episode of his docuseries Justin Bieber Seasons. "It was just a lot of people, a lot of dynamic, a lot of stuff," Justin said. "I was in my head a lot and it was hard for me to really enjoy it like that, but I know that some days are just gonna be like that. In any workspace, there's gonna be those off days where you kinda just feel like, I got a good crew, I should be good today, I just felt off. I think that day, I was just a little off." Again though, viewers are convinced that this video has a secret meaning in relation to Diddy. Honestly, I don't know though. What we do know though is that sources have been reporting that Justin is struggling right now. It's being said though Justin hasn't been doing the best with his marriage with Harry Baldwin, his new son, and all the Diddy allegations. Now, it definitely seems like a lot to be dealing with, and I understand why he'd be under stress. Speaking to Radar Online, an insider stated, "He's obviously been very worried about this Diddy situation because it drags him into the headlines in a very lurid and upsetting way." The source went on to say that Justin's barely eating, adding that you only have to look at him to see that. Haley's fiercely committed to him and their marriage, but it's not an easy time for him right now, and she she's his support system, so the strain on her is intense, the insider said. The source said though that she is grateful that the singer is assisting a lot when it is about his daddy duties. Haley was the first one to laud Bieber as an incredible dad, but it's all the other stuff that's happening in his life right now that's weighing on him, and she can't help but worry that it's going to break him, they said. Now, Justin has not directly spoken out against Diddy, but another insider, speaking exclusively to dailymail.com, said that Justin has been completely thrown by the allegations and is trying to make sense of them as he and Diddy were so close. I mean, Justin collaborated with Diddy less than a year ago, so they were still very well still in contact. The insider added that Justin also deeply regrets having collaborated with him so recently, and that he would never have done so if he had known the allegations that have since come to light. Now, they also added that family members are concerned about Justin. It's unclear whether Diddy would have taken advantage of Justin at the time, as his family was nearby and his manager Scooter Braun really didn't care about him. The last thing Justin wants to do is relive or even discuss his complicated friendship with Diddy, the source shared. But he's finally breaking his silence to his friends about his nightmare experience and the private hell it caused him. Whether you're a fan or not, we can all agree that Justin Bieber has gone through a lot in his life. He rose to fame at a young age, and it's affected him ever since. Now, starting off, we have his relationships with older men, more particularly P. Diddy and Usher. American singer Jaguar Wright reveals that Diddy had been trying to gain control over Justin Bieber, but struggled until Usher stepped in, took over management, and ultimately handed Bieber over to Diddy for 48 hours. Now, what happened during those 48 hours? No one really knows. But a surface video between Diddy and Justin has been circulating online, and it's raising some eyebrows. In it, they're at a studio together, and Diddy confronts Justin about not responding to his messages or communicating as much anymore. Diddy says, "Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out." Now, Justin, who was still young at the time, stuttered, saying, "I mean, you tried to get in contact me throughout all my projects and whatnot, but you never got my number." And then he felt so pressured, he actually gave Diddy his personal phone number. Social media users are raising red flags, with one person tweeting, "This is a creepy video," while another one said, "Justin seems nervous around him." Now, in past interviews, Justin has been asked some really uncomfortable and just truly inappropriate questions. Now, he usually avoided answering them, but the fact that he was even asked about it in the first place is just weird. Now, in a follow-up clip, Justin spoke of one of the encounters. They were asking some really weird questions. My mom was, like, right there. Then, in 2012, Katy Perry was caught behaving poorly around the star at an award show, and that same year at the AMAs, Jenny McCarthy grabbed Justin and repeatedly kissed his neck when she presented him with an award. Now, Jenny was 40 years old at the time, and Justin had recently turned 18. In a video of the moment, Justin is clearly uncomfortable and tried to get away from her grasp, but he can't. Now, Justin was so shocked, he started off his acceptance speech by saying, "Wow, I feel violated right now," which I can't blame him for. Now, Jenny later told Access Hollywood that her emotions took over when Justin came onto the stage and dismissed her antics as her living out her cougar fantasy. She added at the time, "I couldn't help it, he was just so delicious," which is just, gross. Then there's the time Ellen DeGeneres made Justin uncomfortable on her talk show. And I mean, this wasn't the first time Ellen was mistreating her guests, and it unfortunately wouldn't be the last. Now, she's always teased Justin and asked him personal questions when he was a guest on her show, but in 2015, she took it too far. Now, at that point, Justin had photos taken of him while he was on vacation. Ellen then put those pictures on the screen, obviously blurred, and asked him to explain himself, which was just awkward. Ellen said, "Let's talk about the paparazzi show and Bora Bora. So you were obviously in a private bungalow. How do you not see that there were paparazzi there?" Now, Justin said, "I just didn't see them. I think I wasn't really looking out for them either," while also adding that he feels the picture was taken by the paps hiding in a boat. He then went on to say, "The first thing I saw was the censored one, and it had the black thing over it. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what this is going to look like, and then it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be." But Ellen wasn't satisfied with this answer. "So there's a young woman in the background you can see in the bed. Is that your girlfriend?" Ellen asks. Now, this was just extremely weird and gross of Ellen and her show to do. Poor Justin. Then, at a restaurant in Spain in 2016, a fight broke out between Justin and Orlando Bloom. Now, it's rumored to have started due to Justin getting cozy backstage with Orlando's then-wife Miranda Kerr at a Victoria's Secret show in 2012. But by 2016, Orlando and Miranda divorced. It's said that Justin started the altercation by shouting "What's up, B?" to Orlando from across the restaurant. Orlando then got up and threw a punch at Justin, and apparently people at the restaurant were cheering for Orlando. Now afterwards, Justin took to social media trying to hit back. He posted a bikini picture of Miranda followed by a photo of Orlando in tears. Now in 2024, both men are happily married, so I don't think they'll be fighting over women anymore, but Justin was just so young and shouldn't have been treated that way by Orlando. Not to mention, Justin was constantly harassed by paparazzi. Justin was involved in a verbal altercation with paparazzi outside his Park Lane hotel. Now in the footage, the then 19-year-old is seen pushing a member of the press out of the way as he climbs into a waiting car. Now the move provoked a strong verbal response from the photographer, prompting Justin to exit the car and confront the cameraman. Now his bodyguards had to hold him back, and he got back into the vehicle and drove away. Justin later took to Twitter to respond to the footage captured and said, rough morning, trying to feel better for the show tonight, but let the paps get the best of me. Sometimes when people are shoving cameras in your face all day and yelling the worst things possible at you, well, I'm human. Rough week, not gonna let them get the best of me again. Gonna get focused on the show tonight, adrenaline is high now. Gonna go put it on the stage. Again, violence is never the answer. These paps are so rude and invading towards Justin, it's not a shock that sometimes he explodes. Now another moment that stands out is that in November 2019, Justin was shooting hoops at his house in Beverly Hills when the paparazzi went there and videotaped him. Now he did not want them there, and he let the paps know how he felt. He screamed, "Yo, for real, why you guys gotta be like that? Leave me alone at my effing house. Real though, leave me the F alone at my house." He then repeated this multiple times, and the paps apologized and left. What's crazy to me though is that this happened at his house. Not to mention the fact that fans can be crazy sometimes. Back in 2016, when Justin went on tour in Barcelona, Spain, a fan ran up to his car and stuck his hand in the window. Now the singer was then 22 years old, and he instantly punched the fan in the face, making his lip bleed. Back then, a video of the incident was caught on camera by TMZ. As Justin was arriving at his concert, his car window was down as he was greeting fans. As per the report, a fan called out his name and he stretched his hand inside the car through the window. He was heard saying that he had touched Justin Bieber's face just before the singer landed a punch on his face. Now, so many horrible things have happened to Justin, but he's trying to make sure that young people don't go through what he did. In 2020, while speaking with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, he spoke about his own experiences in the music industry as a young artist. "It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone telling me they love me and turn their back on you in a second." He then added that he wanted to protect Billie Eilish, who rose to fame young and quick just like Justin did. "I just want to protect her. I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody," he said.